Approximately 20 years ago is when I got into the greenhouse business. I had a green thumb as a kid, so I won an Ontario Science Award when I was very young and never lost my love of agriculture. Greenbelt was founded on core values of, first and foremost, quality of the products that we produce. Organics is a method that we've chosen as our only production system. I think taste is the key factor in what attracts the consumer to our product. It has an incredible flavor profile. The arugula actually tastes like arugula, where most people are very surprised at how spicy and flavorful it actually is. And a lot of that comes from the nutrient density that's actually in the seed. Then we fortify the soil with organic fertilizers such as seaweed and humates and fulvic acids and all that stuff that makes the microorganisms in the soil bloom. And that blooming of microorganisms in the soil, the plant can easily uptake that, and it increases the flavor and the shelf life of the product. Then we have some other really interesting products like sunflower seedlings. They just have this sweet, crunchy texture that kids love. So we also produce wheatgrass. One of the key benefits of our wheatgrass in particular is that it actually has a sweet flavor to it, which is a real testament to the quality of the soil that it's grown in. Microgreens pose their own challenges in that they are a very quick rotating crop. Keeping up to them can be a bit of a challenge. Depending on the season, as the weather changes outside, the microgreen production cycle changes quite a bit on a weekly basis. So the greenhouse seems like a perfectly controlled environment, but the sun is the driver of the energy for plants, and in those dim light conditions in November and December, it can be a challenge to maintain the productivity levels that we have come to expect in the summer months. So we're constantly adjusting seeding schedules to compensate for the changing light levels. Food safety obviously is paramount to our organization. Microgreens and sprouts, the fundamental differences. The way sprouts are grown is in a warm water environment. So if there's 1 or 2 or 10 potential contaminated seeds, well, that spreads throughout that water profile, and Salmonella and E. coli are 2 parts of the biology that will spread throughout that profile. So microgreens are the polar opposite, where what we're actually doing is taking that seed. Number one, all our seed is tested and verified by a third-party lab to ensure that we are first and foremost planting safe seed. And then what we do is that they're seeded onto a soil profile, and they're then covered with a coconut fiber, and then water is the key ingredient to get the seed to germinate. But if a seed did pass through that screening process, because we've now grown it into a plant, we're leaving the root behind, which is where the contamination would still exist. It doesn't easily transfer into the plant canopy, and particularly when you have sunlight like this, it's very hard for that biology to survive in an ultraviolet situation like this. So the chances of contamination are so low, and we've also had our products tested at food labs to ensure that we are handling them in a safe manner. Our water is also tested on a regular basis. We're a GAP certified facility, and it's a third-party inspection process that inspects the entire facility. For us, local sustainable agriculture obviously is key, and support of the local consumer is key to our business model. Our company has been growing at an incredible rate, mostly due to consumers like yourselves at Nature's Emporium. We're just scratching the surface of the market in Ontario. Within 5 years, we hope to be a full national brand. I think there's immense potential for microgreens overall as a great source of locally produced food from greenhouse environments that is consistent year-round supply. Cheap food is not sustainable in any stretch. Organic agriculture is a completely different model in that our first priority is sustainability, and we're always striving to find better ways of doing what we do to make it more sustainable.